Hi children, welcome back to the online classes. So today we are going to start a new lesson, that is electricity, current and its effect. So I think many of you may played with batteries. So you almost have some basic knowledge about batteries. Some of you may have also opened these batteries to look into that, what the batteries consist of, how this making the light glows, how it is capable to make the light to glow. So because of that enthusiasm you may open these batteries also. So whoever was opened, what you have found in the battery? So you have found some a black substance inside the batteries. So do you know what is the substance present inside the battery? And do you know how the battery is capable? What was the purpose of the battery in using some circuits, in using some to make the light glow? Why you are using batteries? So sometimes we will as usually use, whenever we lost the power, electric power, whenever we lost the electric power, what we will say, the current was gone today. So today the current was gone, there is current off is there, power off is there. So there is no power. So there are several applications. Today's world is completely depends upon the electricity. So this electricity will also bring some quarreling between the states. So it is a very important one. Depending upon the usage of electricity, the country's economy will develop. So if it was using, the country is using more electricity, that it is a developing country. So the current is a very crucial thing. So let us learn in this lesson what is meant by electricity, what is meant by current, and what is the main use of battery. We will discuss about the battery in deep in this lesson. So we will learn about the battery. So what is the electric appliances? You know, you have lights, your house will have lights, fans. So these are the grinders or mixers. You may have AC or refrigerators. So these are the general electric appliances we will daily use. For example, if you observe the fans, what was the purpose of the fans? To get some wind. It will rotate and produces gives us wind. So if any moving object, if for example, if I was capable to move, I was walking. How I was walking? How I was walking? I have some energy. That's why I was able to walk energetically. If I was walking like this, what that says is I have low energy. If I have low energy, I will walk like this. If I have a greater energy, I will be very energetic. So any moving object will possess some energy. The moving object will have some energy. What do you mean by energy? What do you mean by energy? What do you mean by energy? Every moving object will have some energy. So what do you mean by energy? Energy is the ability to do the work. Capability to, it indicates the ability, capability. It indicates, energy indicates the capability to do the work. Capability to do the work. So energy means capability to do the work. So if there are no fans, what we will do? We will take some hand fans and we have to move like this to get the wind. So we are doing some work. We are performing some work. So because of the availability of fans, we no need to do this work. The fan will makes the wind to rotate and gives us some wind. So here the fan is doing some work, that is, it is having some energy. How? So if you are having some energy, how we are getting energy? By taking some food supply, we are getting energy. But how the fan was getting energy? So I was walking because I had some energy. How I got that energy? By taking some food in the house, I have got some energy and I was able to walk. So the fan is also moving. Did the fan eat anything? No, it doesn't eat anything. But how it gets the energy? How the fan gets the energy? So it is having some energy. What do you mean by energy? It is the capability to do the work. It is the ability to do the work. What is the work of the fan? It has to give some wind to us. It has to give some wind to us. And the remaining appliances also, the grinders, what is the work? The grinders also will make some work. So it will mix the if you place some dal like that inside the grinders, it will make some work on that dal. So it is also the mixers, the grinders also making some work. So the light, it seems to be doesn't performs any work, but light itself is the energy. Light is also one form of energy. There are several forms of energy, and light is also having some energy. Light is nothing but energy, but you cannot observe any work from the light, but light itself is the energy. So we are the total, the life present on the earth, the greenery present on the earth, what is the primary source of energy on the earth? What is the primary source? That is sun. Sun is the main source of energy for the living beings on the earth. So we are still alive on this earth because of the light obtained from the sun. The light energy we are utilizing. This light energy is used to prepare food by the plants. The plants will absorb the light and makes food by the process of photosynthesis. You may know about the photosynthesis. What is the process of photosynthesis? The plants will absorb the sunlight and utilizes light energy to create food energy. To create food energy, the plants will use light. So we will consume this energy and we will get some energy. So indirectly all the species will depends on the light. So light is nothing but energy. So in this way we are getting these energies in our house appliances. We are using these appliances, and these appliances will have some energy. How these appliances has got that energy? How that energy was given? So we will start from a simple one. Our torchlight even consists of light. Our torchlight can also produce, a simple torchlight can produce the light. What is light? Light is nothing but energy. How the light was produced? How the bulb has glowed? So what is the energy supply? So in the torchlights, the battery acts as a source of energy. In the torchlights, batteries or cells, we will call it as battery or cell cells. We can also call the batteries as cells. So it is the battery or the cell is the sources of energy. Let us learn about what the batteries consist of, so that you can know how the batteries is producing energy, how the battery will act as a source of energy. So what is a battery? A battery is a source of energy. A battery is a source of energy. Without battery, the torchlight doesn't work. Why? Because there is no source of energy. There is no source of energy. So what is the purpose of the batteries in some remotes or in some torchlights or in some toys? The main source of energy is the battery. What is batteries? The batteries will act as a source of energies. So battery is a source of energies. So let us understand about the battery. So my question, to understand that, I will ask you a question. Can you make your own battery? Can you make your own battery? Yes, you can. I will explain how can we make our own battery. Making our own battery. What are the substances we will require for making the own battery? So the first main concept is to understand the process of battery. First, let us learn about how can we make our own battery. So let us see making our own battery. So for making of the battery, you need two small injection bottles. You need just only small injection bottles. So, it may looks like this one. So, I have considered small 2 injection bottles. I have considered 2 small injection bottles and consider copper strips and zinc strips. Zinc strips. Strips means its length is larger when compared to its width. It's not it will be similar to the wire. It is a strip. Strip means the width will be like, it is a rectangular body. It is a rectangular body whereas its length is very large when compared to its width. Its length is very large. So, consider copper strips. Consider 2 copper strips we need and 2 zinc strips. So, you may find copper strips easily. So, your question is now, how can we find the zinc strips? So, copper strips are available everywhere. So, you can use the copper wires, some thick copper wires also. You can use some thick copper wires. If you open the wires, if you see the wires will be the house consists of wires which is using copper material. So, copper is easily available. So, you have to consider copper. So, then how can we get the zinc strips? So, you have, for getting to get the zinc strips, you can take the old battery. And open the battery. So, if you open the upper layer, the cover will be there. If you remove that cover, a steel like substance will be, you can observe a steel like substance. So, totally remove this and totally make this container empty, and you can use this as a zinc strips. Just cut it with the scissor and you can use it as this is nothing but zinc. The battery have some cylindrical structure, cylindrical container. The battery is having some cylindrical container. This cylindrical container is nothing but zinc material. So, you can make this empty and you can use it. You can cut with the scissor and you can use this as zinc strips. So, consider 2 copper strips and 2 zinc strips. So, zinc is denoted with Zn. Chemical symbol of zinc is Zn. So, I have considered 2 zinc strips and 2 copper strips. So, insert 1 copper strip and 1 zinc strip inside the injection bottles. And in the other bottle also insert 1 copper strip and 1 zinc strip and pour some concentrated H2SO4 inside these 2 bottles. So, pour some H2SO4. You have to fill this bottle with H2SO4. H2, what is meant by H2SO4? It is an acid substance. So, we will call it as sulfuric acid. So, it is so do not try to make your own battery unless if there is no presence of your parents or some teacher. So, you have to construct the battery with this technique in the presence of your teachers only. Okay. Why? Because it deals with the dangerous chemical sulfuric acid. It is a very strong acid. So, you have to perform this in the presence of your teacher only. Okay. So, it consists of copper wire, one is zinc wire and this one is copper and this one is zinc. So, after placing some H2SO4 inside these 2 injection bottles, close these 2 bottles with some rubber corks or some wooden corks or some. So, you have to close the mouth of the 2 glass bottles. You have to close the mouths of the 2 glasses. So, with the help of rubber corks you can close the mouths of the glass bottles. So, after closing, just connect zinc strip of one bottle to the copper strip of another bottle using some wires. By using some wires, you have to connect zinc strip of one bottle to the copper strip of another bottle and connect the wires to the remaining strips of the two bottles. So, here the remaining strip is copper one and for this bottle the remaining strip is zinc one. So, connect these two and connect a LED light to here, connect an LED light here. So, the light will glows, the light will glows. So, in this way you can make your own battery, in this way you can make your own battery. So, here the main substance is we are using some liquid substances. So, we will call it as liquid batteries. This is a liquid battery. Why? Because it consists of liquid, it consists of liquid material. And so, what we have observed from this is, what we have observed and what we can conclude from this is, batteries are made up of some chemicals. Here H2SO4 is a chemical, Cu, copper, Zn. So, these are some particular chemicals. So, those chemicals properties will have some chemical reactions, will undergo some chemical reactions and produces energy. In such a way, battery act as a source of energy. So, what was the observation here? You have know some process, you have know some process, now you have know about some process of making our own batteries, and whatever observation in the battery, some chemistry will be there, some chemical reactions will be observed, and because of that chemical reactions the batteries will act as a source of energy. The fans will works on by using electrical energy. Here the battery is a source of energy and it can able to supply electric energy. It is capable to supply electric energy. How this electric energy was obtained? By using chemical energy. Battery will convert chemical energy. What was the process happening inside the battery? The chemical energy is nothing but energy obtained due to the chemical reactions. Chemical energy is nothing but energy obtained due to the chemical reactions. Here we are using especially some chemicals only, but you cannot use H2O, you cannot use water in the place of this H2SO4. In the place of sulfuric acid, if you cannot use water, it does not works. Why? Because only H2SO4 will perform some chemical reactions with the copper, zinc, etc. So, because of the chemical reactions, so what was happening inside the battery? The battery is converting chemical energy to electrical energy. The battery is converting chemical energy to electrical energy. So, how the battery is gaining that battery will act as a source of energy. How the battery is gaining energy? The battery is getting energy due to the chemicals. The battery is getting energy due to the chemicals. So, the chemical reactions will give some electrical energy. That means the chemical energy is converted into the electric energy. So, let us say how can you make your own battery? Let us summarize the total concept, making your own battery. So, how can you make your own battery? So, for making your own battery, you have to consider 2 injection bottles. So, injection sized bottles, you need to take this much size of bottles. So, consider 2 injection bottles, and along with the bottles you need to take 2 copper strips and 2 zinc strips. So, the zinc strips can be obtained from the old battery. Old batteries will consist of zinc containers. You can get the zinc strips from that old batteries. So, consider 2 copper strips and 2 zinc strips, and place 1 copper strip and 1 zinc strip in both of the bottles. Place each 1 copper strip and 1 zinc strip in both of the bottles. After, pour some pour some, that means fill the bottles with H2SO4, which is nothing but sulfuric acid. So, fill the both bottles with sulfuric acid, and now close close the mouth of the bottle with lids. Lids means so you can close the mouth of the bottles using rubber corks. Some rubber corks you can use rubber corks. Rubber cork. So you can use the rubber cork to close the mouth of the glass bottles. So and you can insert these two strips later also. So this rubber cork consists of two holes. So by closing the mouth of the glass bottles, and you can insert the two strips into the two holes. So in that way you can close the mouth of the two bottles using rubber corks. So after placing the two strips, you need to connect zinc strip of one bottle to the copper strip of another bottle. So here the bottle will one of the copper strip will be remains like that. So connect a wire to the one of the copper wire and connect the copper strip, remaining copper strip and remaining zinc strip through an LED lamp by using wires. By using wires, you have made some connection between copper strip and zinc strip. Here zinc strip is there, here copper strip is there. You need to connect this copper strip and zinc strip through a wire, and you can use a LED here. So connect the copper strip and zinc strip through an LED by using wires. By using wires, connect copper strip and zinc strip through an LED. Through an LED, connect those wires. So the LED light will be lights up because of the chemical energy here. This chemical energy, the chemical reactions occurring here will produce an electric energy which makes the light to glow up. So this is the concept behind the battery. What the battery consists of? Battery consists of some chemicals which produces an electric energy. So this is the liquid battery. Why? Because we are using H2SO4 as a chemical substance which is in liquid state. So let us learn about our daily using battery. So what we will use? We will use simply a battery like this. This is a Nippo battery. After removing the upper layer, you can find the battery like this. Okay. So let us learn about that. So we will call such batteries as dry cells. We will call such batteries as dry cell. So what is which type of cells we are using? In the remotes or wall clocks, we are using some dry cells. So let us learn about the dry cells. So this dry cell is nothing but the daily using battery, the battery which is using in your remotes or toys or your wall clocks. You are using some dry cells. So let us learn about the dry cells. This dry cell consists of a container, cylindrical container. This dry cell consists of a cylindrical container made with zinc. This dry cell consists of a cylindrical container made with zinc. So it consists of a container. So you can find whenever you remove the coating around this battery, inside the battery you can find a steel like substance which is nothing but zinc. So this is the battery consists of a zinc container. So this zinc container will act as a negative terminal of the battery. So every battery has two ends. The plain end is negative terminal. There will be a bump on the one side. It is not plain. One side is plain. One side of the battery is plain, and other side is having some protrusion that we call it as bump. Some little bump will be there. it will act as a positive terminal. So, in the battery consists of a zinc container, and this zinc container will act as a negative terminal. And at the middle of this zinc container, there will be a carbon rod. So, whenever your parents was available, just try to open the battery in presence of your parents, in the surveillance of your parents. So, it is very dangerous to open. Why? Because it is all the chemicals. So, you need to maintain some hygiene. So, you has to open the battery, to observe the battery, you need to open in the surveillance of your parents only, okay, unless you do not open. Okay. So, if you want to open the battery, just be cautious and take some precautions. Do not open the battery with your naked hands. Okay. So, the battery consists of a zinc container, and this act as a negative terminal, and at the center of the battery there will be a carbon rod, and this will act as a positive terminal. This carbon rod is surrounded with some carbon powder. This carbon rod is surrounded with carbon powder. This carbon rod is surrounded with some carbon powder. And again this carbon powder will be surrounded by a chemical substance called as ammonium chloride. So, again the carbon rod is surrounded by carbon powder, and that carbon powder will be surrounded by a chemical substance called as ammonium chloride. So, you can, if you open the battery, you can find the paste, a gel like substance called as ammonium chloride. So, do not touch with your hands, just maintain some hygiene whenever you are opening the battery, and just if you want to open the battery, be sure that your parents should be around you only, under the surveillance of parents only you have to open the battery. Why? Because these are dangerous chemicals. So, the battery consists of a zinc container, and it acts as a negative terminal, and at the center of the battery you will find a rod which is made up of carbon rod, and this carbon rod acts as a positive terminal, and the carbon rod is surrounded by the carbon powder. So, again that carbon powder will be surrounded by ammonium chloride. So, the chemical reactions between these chemical substances produces the chemical energy. So, here what the battery includes some chemical substances. So, that chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So, these are the substances presented inside the dry cell. So, dry cell is the battery which you are using in the toys or wall clocks, etc. So, what you have understood that batteries will act as a source of energy. How the batteries are getting that energy? The chemical substances presented inside the battery is giving some energy. The chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So, this is the information about the batteries. So, in the next class we will learn about the circuit diagrams. In the next class we will learn about the current. Okay, just take homework. So, our homework is write a note on dry cell. So, try to write a short note on dry cell. So, you can find the answer in the textbook, otherwise you can find the answer in the study material. Write a short note on dry cell. So, my suggestion is to refer the textbook once and prepare a note, and with a neat sketch also. With a neat sketch, prepare a short note on dry cell. So, we will learn, we will meet in the next class. Thank you.